Yeah, hello everyone, welcome to this message. So, let's see. So I'm using the blue camera again today. I'm just gonna continue the setting. Um, and what I was getting was that you seem to be stuck at a new beginning. So it's kind of like you have started something new, and it seems like you are forever at the beginning stage. Although, as though you can't like move forward further than the beginning stage. So you keep on perhaps revisiting things. You are still at the beginning of something. Like you're not. You feel like you are stuck at the beginning stage of something, or like you want to talk about that. That and at the same time you are also at a crossroads right now. A crossroads, and so it means I think in this particular case it talks about that you are making a lot of decisions, that you are making a lot of independent decisions at the moment. So a lot of decisions that you are deciding to make. So I do think this may have something to do with free will choices. Perhaps maybe you are making choices that are highly destined, highly part of the blueprint, highly like this is your calling, this is your divine blueprint, this is your destiny. And you are making destined choices. You're making free will choices, which is actually divine will choices. Um, because you're making those choices independent of this world, in alignment with the divine blueprint for your life, in alignment with divine will. So you are making a lot of decisions, and which maybe also makes you feel, or it just wants to talk about that it seems like you're still in the beginning stages, forever in the beginning stages, forever having to revisit, or not really being able to move past like the realization, like really seeing progress or something. Maybe you're still at the beginning stages of a lot of things while you are making a lot of decisions. Let's just see. And then I'm going to look at a card like this. Let's see. So we're getting my thoughts, like his thoughts. So it could have something to do with your thoughts. It could have something to do with other people's thoughts, telepathy, for example. I did notice an increase yesterday of not so much telepathic thoughts from other people, but other people receiving my telepathic thoughts. So it's kind of fascinating. So they are responding very quickly to the thoughts that I'm thinking, in a sense, like in a telepathic manner, really. And my partner is very much telepathic. So yeah, so we are starting to flow in a very telepathic way, you could say. Like he's definitely reacting unconsciously to my thoughts, and also sometimes like he literally understands that it is telepathy, that he is receiving thoughts from me. So um, let's see, but that's not currently the case, I think. um, let's see, and then you have civilization reversed. So I do think that you are independent, right? You are not thinking in societal ways. You are independent in a sense, like you are just making decisions, like lots of decisions, quite likely. But you are making decisions that are not in alignment with this society. It's not. It's like totally your own kind of choices. Most definitely not popular choices either, and it's very much divine will, divine blueprint kind of choices that you are making currently. So let's see. Yeah, and also at the bottom of the deck here, we get work and busy, and then the mountain reverse. So it seems like you're not getting over some kind of a hill. You're not getting out of the beginning stages, I think, of a particular project. So you are still in the decision making process state of the beginning of a realization of a project, the beginning stages, the prototype stages, for example, or the the, the beginning stages in terms of like there's still a lot of beginning decisions that you are making, and you're not really getting the work over the hill, you could say. Like it's still there in that kind of process. you're not really seeing like the result of your labor, I guess, although there has been a lot of decision making that has been done. um, so let's see. Third stone. Okay, that's peculiar. Let's do these as well. So what I am seeing is like I don't usually read it that way because I don't really interpret the way it falls. But today it does resonate with me. It stands out to me that there is like this flow like that. So I do think that this could be like there's energy coursing through your body, there's flow coursing through your body, and it's not a flow that is horizontal, it's a flow that is vertical. And which I was also noticing myself, like there was a lot, like a very very big, how do you say that, like a broad bandwidth kind of huge internet reception between me and God, you could say, right? So, and it causes a lot of flow, but flow not in the sense like an alignment flow or something. It's more like um, an enormous connection with God, pretty much, and this enormous connection with God is aligning things. So you are quite likely, like perhaps you're also noticing this, that you're making decisions most definitely in correlation with God, but in a sense like that God is aligning things so you know which decisions you need to make. And for me, it's like quite miraculous what is happening continuously, really. So God is like glitching the matrix all over the place, you could say. Is causing like God, like I don't like to say he, but like God is causing really bizarre glitches that are making it very clear like this is a decision I want you to make. So you are most definitely making decisions in a huge connection with God. So God is aligning things very very clearly. So you could be seeing that God is causing things to happen in your life, and most definitely if you have been seeing glitches or like anything to do with algorithms, mathematics, computer systems, like God can most definitely glitch that stuff out and like align things for you. So there could be quite peculiar things happening, banking things as well, yeah. So it is because God is trying to help you to make the right decisions, and to help you make the right decisions, God may be doing this in very supernatural kind of ways. Like you are aligned. So you could say, if you want to see it as like God expressing in terms of a manifestation on earth, if you want to see it like that, then God is aligning things through what is being changed in this reality. So and it's quite glitchy, very much glitchy. So let's see. And then there's something about, again, with this Jewish dice interpretation, that there's still evil eye happening. So there's still, if you believe in curses, you are still being cursed. There's still witchcraft. There's still evil. People are still evil eyeing you. You could still have negative external influences around you. Um, but you also have an incredible amount of boundaries in place. So your boundaries are working pretty much. So what you are doing right now, if you have made a boundary towards certain people, or if you perhaps are no longer on social media, or whatever kind of boundaries you have put in place, they are working and they're causing massive alignment between you and God. And like perhaps that you are so much in your energy, so much completely yourself and connected to God, that things are glitching out all over the place, making it very easy for you to make decisions that are divine will decisions, because it's super abundantly clear, because it's just inexplainable. So this could be happening, and there's so much work that has to be done right now. So there's so much work that still has to be done, and everything is like exactly as it should be. Everything is flowing fine, everything is in flow, and everything is exactly as it should be. And external influences do not have any hold over your life currently. So it means that whatever boundaries you put in place, it's working. It is working because external influences no longer are capable of influencing you at all. So curses are not affecting you. Witchcraft is not affecting you right now. Evil eye is not affecting you. Any kind of external influences, they have zero effect on you, and everything is flowing exactly as it should be. And you may notice this by things glitching out in ways that are completely inexplainable. Or if you're like, I'm not really seeing any of that, you could just see that God is making something clear to you about which kind of decisions you need to make by making things happen. There, it could be quite a miraculous energy currently. Um, so let's see. And this is also like an incredible stable, how do you call that? Broadband connection. This is an incredibly stable broadband connection between you and God as well. And you are not, because I'm also getting this reversed and not being applied. I do think that although you're making a lot of decisions, you are not making decisions. God is making decisions. God is making a lot of decisions, and other people do not affect you at all. So it's completely, you could say like this is completely your kinds of decisions, but these seem like free will decisions, but they are actually divine will decisions, and it may not even seem like a free will decision either. But it is an independent decision in the sense that it's free will, which I see as divine will, because it is not in alignment with society. It's not in alignment with society. The decisions you are making, it has nothing to do with this world. These are decisions that are coming from elsewhere, you could say. And then you have the light reversed. Look to the space between the trees for answers. I think there are no answers for you here on earth. I think what God wants to say with this card is that you are receiving answers not from this earth, you're receiving answers from God directly, from the light. And then you have flow reversed, which is kind of interesting. So again, this has nothing to do with flowing in life. There is this has nothing to do with this earth plane. It's nothing to do with you aligning with things or you flowing. This is a direct connection between you and God. It's like a direct channel, or whatever you want to call it. It's direct alignment. It's direct manipulation of this planet in a positive way. And then you have go with the flow as water does down a river. Do not hurry. I do think God is actually making a lot of decisions fast, and is and things are flowing, but not. It has nothing to do with this earth plane. If you could say flow, then it's the light that's flowing. The light is flowing. God is flowing. It's not. It's nothing to do with you. So let's see. We get world shocking, radical lack of trust, mistrust. I don't really feel that. Let's just see what happens. But world shocking. So it could be quite shocking, because what happened this morning was it was completely inexplainable, completely miraculous. God was glitching the place out like unbelievable. And it says reappearing, reappearing, recurring dream also in the night. So maybe a dream is returning to you, and you are starting to express the original dream. You're starting to express the original blueprint for this dream, because it has been divinely given to you, and it's something is reappearing, reappearing. It says cat and mouse play. That's fascinating. Cat and mouse play, like one chasing the other or something. Maybe it's something like God is not chasing you. It is you're not chasing God either. It's just maybe you could see it as a metaphor of that you are just in the same room. You're in the same room in the same vessel or something. Like there is no. It's direct flow, I think. And it says suffering reversed, like suffering in the back. I don't really feel that either. No suffering. And then you have, see, being cloaked by God. It's kind of interesting because it's reversed. So you're not being cloaked by God currently, which may be why you are glitching the place out from here until Tokyo. So let's see. And then it says powerful download that you are unpacking, reversed. So you have already unpacked the download. This is not a download that you are receiving, to make it clear. This is not a download that you are receiving. You are in direct. It's directly flowing. It's direct alignment. It's direct manipulation of this earth plane. Because you're not being clothed by God currently. So you are here full force, you could say. And then it says making fun, like making fun of someone, making someone ridiculous. And I'm just going to go with the card that goes directly after. Look at that here. And it says social media detox needed, reverse. So you are likely off social media currently, or whatever negative influence was hindering you, what kind of boundaries you had to put in place to have a great connection between you and God. You have put it in place currently, and you're not going to make a fool of yourself maybe anymore, or God is talking about that, perhaps about something like that. And it says contractually bound. So you are, this is the blueprint. I just think that you are following the blueprint currently. And then it says reversed revelation. So you're also not receiving revelations. This is not a revelation. This is not a download. This is not flow. This is not alignment. This is just you not being cloaked by God and being in direct connection with God as well, like a direct channel or something. Let's see. Let's just go with the other side as well, just in case. And it says radiant sunshine and miracle. I definitely noticed miracles. Full force vibrancy causing miracles. And then see, contractually bound at the opposite side is club scene happening. So maybe you are isolating yourself right now. And the other side of revelation, it says downloads. But these are not downloads and these are not revelations that are happening. You are not suffering a cat and mouse game at all. Like I think there's something direct connection or something like that. So let's see. And it says, cloaked by God, unpacking a powerful download. But that was reversed, right? So you're not being cloaked by God and you're not unpacking a powerful download currently that has already been unpacked yesterday, quite likely. That is over. So let's see. Yeah. Let's see what else we can receive. So let's go for the little symbols. See, they also just want to fall out in and of itself, which is exactly what I've been noticing lately. Like, it just happens. It just happens. And then you have superhero and sight. Maybe you're getting superhero sight or something, or maybe you are going to start seeing superhero abilities, superhero like abilities. So you could say telepathy is a superhero like ability, I guess. But it could also just be that things will start glitching out. If you would see, if you want to see it as your abilities, superhero abilities are glitching out, mathematics, algorithms, banking systems, whatever, then that could be happening. Or it could be that you are seeing some kind of a superhero power or God's superhero powers manifesting on this earth plane somehow. You're gonna start seeing that. Or your own superhero powers. So let's see. Because you're not being cloaked by God, which is why this is, yeah, this is becoming quite clear. So I guess God is usually cloaking you, and He's not doing that right now. Let's see. I don't know if it's like right now, but like at least I noticed that most definitely. Then we have the Four of Pentacles. So again, I do think this has to do with maybe now God wants to say, at least to me, like we've made the decisions. Now we are not going to be spending much more money. So it could be that. And then it is the King of Wands. You could also talk about perhaps stability as well. So you're going to find stability. Then you have King of Wands, which is vision. So maybe you're going to have stabilized vision. So the superhero power could even be that you are going to be continuously be receiving visions, perhaps, or like maybe you're going to start seeing as you are social media detoxing that your visionary abilities, your spiritual sight is going to be you, and it may not just be spiritual sight either. Yeah, like your visionary abilities, your spiritual sight abilities, any kind of superhero abilities that you have. Creation, you could also see the King of Creation. So you're going to start seeing things, quite likely. And then you have the Six of Pentacles, which is, this has nothing to do with giving and receiving. So I do think this has something to do with like there's a direct connection. There's something you're not giving and you're not receiving. It is something else. And then you have the Seven of Cups. So you are walking the narrow path currently. The Queen of Cups may indicate that you are already adjusted to this new frequency, this new timeline, where you're going to be incredibly intuitive. So you're going to have superhero kind of powers, or like most definitely paranormal powers, or you're going to start seeing heightened intuition or heightened paranormal senses or heightened God being the superhero in your life, like showing what God can do. So something like that is going to happen. Let's see. At the bottom of the deck it says the Five of Wands reversed. So you are out of this now. The divine intervention has taken place. You are out of this now. And and it could also be lightning is striking your body, right? Like this massive whatever needed to happen, it happened this morning. And maybe there's also something to do with that God intervened with this massive alignment, which made it abundantly clear to you like what you needed to do. You know exactly what decision to make, and this could be quite miraculous, quite supernatural what is happening here. So if you were like indecisive and all of a sudden you're incredibly decisive, that could be God. But in my case it's even worse than that. It's like the whole system was glitching out to make something happen. So it was quite unbelievable. So let's see. Let's go with this card deck as well. Yeah, my 30 minutes were over, I guess. Let's see. You can only record for 30 minutes on like older devices. Let's see. And you have trapped in fear reversed. So you are most definitely not stuck in your circumstances. Most definitely not. You are not imprisoned. You're not stuck in your circumstances. And we have patience and planning. So you are currently you are planning. You've done a lot of planning right now, probably, and you are not mentally caged as you were planning. You are not mentally caged as you were planning. And you could also talk about sometimes about a change of season. Maybe you're not going to be trapped anymore. You're going to experience a change of season. Rest and rejuvenate. Contemplation, thinking, receiving. I think it's just receiving. But there's again something strange. This has something to do with like not successfully receiving. It's something else. You're not giving, you're not receiving. Something else is happening. Something else is happening than giving and receiving. It's not like you are successful at receiving God or making a connection. That is not what is happening. I think what God is saying is it's much more like I see like this prison cell opening. Why is that prison cell opening? Because I guess like someone pushed a button for this to open. It has something to do with divine timing or something. But it's not that you are now have established some kind of better connection or whatever. You're successful at making a connection. No, it is that you're not being called by God currently. And then it says delay, slowing down. So maybe things are going to start. Maybe there were delays. Maybe things were slow. Could be the case. Let's see what's at the bottom. Because you were divided. Was divide and conquer, right? Causing division. It's kind of like sowing division. Sowing division and division. That's what it says here. So the division within yourself was making you having to be slower than was planned. And because this needed to happen quicker, due to divine timing, due to its change of season, quite likely, like God intervened and just not cloaked you for a while, so you could have like all this superhero stuff happening, and think so that you would know exactly what God was what kind of decisions you were needing to make according to God. So it says here a retelling of a milestone. A retelling of a milestone. That's something strange here. Homework? I just think you're doing your due diligence right now. The thermometer has to do with feeling things out. You're doing your due diligence by feeling things out, but like it will be very, very clear what the kind of decisions you need to make. God will make that abundantly clear to you, and if you don't know what to do, God will make it abundantly clear to you by something external to you. You will know what to do, because there is no. Maybe there's something about time is of the essence. It needs to happen now. No more division, no more slowing down, no more delays, because it needs to happen now, I think. So like you can't afford that anymore, you could say. So I'm wishing you a very beautiful day ahead, and I hope this was helpful. Bye bye.